One of the great things we do in the Social Collective is we highlight a nonprofit in a community. It's our nonprofit spotlight, and it's one of the ways that we give back, just to educate everyone on what's happening in our community. And I have the great privilege of introducing Failsafe, and I'm going to bring up the board chair, Miss Elena, and she's going to tell us a little bit more about Failsafe.
Well, thank you everyone for being here today. I actually would like to introduce our Failsafe CEO, chair, and founder, and not the chair, I'm the chair, sorry about that, CEO and founder, Juanita Shanks. She had a vision, she had a mission, and she believed in second chances. Come and hear her story.
Thank you, Elena, and thank you all so very much for having me here, having Failsafe here. I understand I'm on a time limit, so I'm going to time myself and try to follow my notes so that I do not keep us here too long. But I do have one, well, let me first of all, thank you, Elena, and acknowledge the team, the Failsafe team members that are here. We have our reentry director who so bravely stepped up and said, I will help these guys and gals. Jim Floor is here. And his lovely bride, Jackie Floor, is also helping us in the marketing area, along with the best website web manager in the country, Deb Newman with Petita Way. So thank you to the Failsafe team for your support here. Now, I always start off with, I do have a question. Are there any perfect people here? If you can just raise your hand. We got one. I feel better, I'm in the right place then. But again, thank you for the introduction, Elena. Again, my name is Juanita Shanks, CEO and founder of Failsafe-ERA, where we provide resources, support, and tools to families and individuals that have been impacted by incarceration. Which is the reason why I asked, are there any perfect people in the room, right? Our goal is to help the inmates successfully transition back into our communities to become productive, returning citizens in our communities, and also to help the families, because as we know, the families are also greatly impacted by the decisions of their loved ones. We are on track in Failsafe so far to far exceed our numbers. By the end of this year, we will have served over 1,000 returning citizens and inmates, and over 300 families that have been impacted by incarceration. Thank you very much. And how do we do this? I am so glad you asked. We do this by case management services, letter writings, phone calls, training, social media. I'm sorry, social media. I got social media on my mind, Deb. Let me look over here. So we do this also by mental health support and services. We know that when people make these decisions that have caused them to become incarcerated, many times it is because of what we sometimes consider an adverse childhood experience, right? So there are some mental health challenges that needs to be addressed. Mental health is key to what we do. Why am I doing this? Because in 2009, as I walked through the criminal justice system with my son, we didn't have anything. And so that's why Failsafe exists. It exists because I had to create what we needed, which was the right road to reentry, with 3 elements of focus: the courage to change, mental health wellness, and also family reunification. Our Courage to Change program is an evidence-based interactive journaling program, and this program helps the inmates and the returning citizens to have a more positive outlook on life, to change their behaviors, to think about what they're doing, how they're doing, whatever it is that they're doing, to change, teaching them how to be more responsible, have some self-control, understand what their life values are. So that's our Courage to Change program. And every 5 weeks, we are graduating from 85 to 90 inmates from the Rappahannock Regional Jail from the Courage to Change program. And then Once they graduated from the jail Courage to Change program, they then continued their growth on Tuesday evenings through our group mentoring program, Courage to Change program that wonderful Jim Clore is leading for us. And so this gives them the opportunity to continue to grow. Through our mental health practitioner, we have an on-site mental health practitioner. She works alongside with Jim, and she not only provides mental health services to our returning citizens, but also to our family members. Our returning citizens receive an assessment, and in this assessment, we are looking at their levels of, or the risk of reoffending, or the levels of services that they need. And then we develop a plan, we monitor that plan with them, and then once they have become successful, they've completed all the elements of that plan that was designed specifically for them, they are then inducted into our Hall of Change at our annual Second Chance Gala. And it is wonderful. It is, for me, one of the absolute best things that we could have done in Failsafe, and they are plastered on our wall as our agents of change, on our wall of change. And these guys and gals are business owners, they are successfully employed, tax-paying citizens, successfully gainfully employed tax-paying citizens. That's a mouthful. And or they are students, but they're giving back to the communities. So we are really excited about that. Our last program is our family reunification program. Family reunification is where we are preventing generations of incarceration. Because unfortunately, what we've learned is that some children tend to follow in mom and dad's footsteps, right? And so we are preventing generations of incarceration. We provide a support group for the adult family members that meet on the third Saturday of the month. And then we also have our youth programs from ages 12 to 18. They meet twice a month, and their goal there is to learn where we promote positive behavior, how to build our youth, to build their confidence, and also create in them a mindset to resist criminal behavior. We also have our program that we provide to the elementary age kids. This is an 8-week program that we provide to, again, the elementary age kids at the school. It's a social emotional support program. They get to learn resiliency skills, and they also get to learn social emotional health. I will tell you that when my son passed away, and it is good to be in this place. This place is very different from the last time I was in it. The last time I was in War Mills was during COVID, and it was Matt and my son were really good friends. But he hosted the repast of my son here at War Mills, and so this is my first time coming back since his passing. But when he passed away in the 21st of January of 2021 of he had a brain aneurysm. But while he was awaiting drug charges, and more to spur, but we won't go into all of that. But while he was awaiting drug charges, which is why I say we can't incarcerate our way out of every situation. Some people need treatment. And so, and then there's the other thing of the college children. You can help others, but you can't help your own, right? But that's okay. But when he passed away, I received numerous letters from the inmates that says, "I'm so sorry for the loss of your son, but please don't give up on us. Now you have hundreds of sons." And so for that reason, the fight continues. We will continue to change lives, rebuild communities, and help families that have been impacted by incarceration. We know that 95% of inmates will be released back into our communities, back into our backyards, and I'm here to help them. They're not coming into my backyard and doing damage. I'm here to help, right? And I'm hoping that I have the rest of the community to do that with me. But I tell people, never say never. You never know when you're going to be impacted by incarceration. This was not my dream. I did not say when I grow up, I want to be a nonprofit director of a reentry organization. Wasn't my dream, but my pain did determine my purpose. And I tell people, as long as you have breath in your bodies and you have children and grandchildren, never say never. When I worked in government, you know that if anybody worked in government, they had that black ink pen said property of the United States government. And that thing would find its way into your pocket, in your purse, or whatever. That's government property. That's thief. That's theft. So you could easily get caught. How many of us, I don't do it anymore, but how many of us go to events and we drink and we drive? How easily could it happen that it could just be your day that you get pulled over? Never say never. So I had 2 children. They had the same 2 parents, lived in the same middle income household, grew up the same way. Husband retired from the military. I retired from the government in 2017 with 35 years. My son, and oh, by the way, we are believers. We go to church. We work in the church. We do church business. But my son was a drug-addicted dealer. My daughter, on the other hand, she went off to get her PhD. She's a counselor educator. She has her own mental health practice. So, and she's also a professor at George Mason. Drugs are killing our youth, and drugs are killing our young adult children. While we receive support from, and let me say this, I'm a Toastmaster, right? And so I'm watching my timer over here. And so I won't be before you much longer. If you're in the church, you know you hear the pastor say that. I won't be before you much longer. So, but what I do want to end by saying that we need help. While we have recognition now at the federal level, at the state level, we need to expand our support at the community level. So thank you for giving me the opportunity to share what we do in Failsafe-ERA with you all, and hopefully we can get your support. We need volunteers, we need sponsors, we need donors. We have our one event coming up is our holiday shop, where we provide Christmas for families that have been impacted by incarceration. In December, we need sponsorships. We need donors. This gives them an opportunity to have Christmas. We have our Second Chance Gala, Second Chance Month in April, where we have our gala. We induct more returning citizens into our Hall of Change. And I'll tell you, there's a lot more that I can tell you, but I know I'm running out of time. Please visit our website at failsafe-era.org, where you can learn more about us. You can see all the pictures of our agents of change that were inducted to our Hall of Change. You can click on their bios, listen to their documentary. We have over 100 years of incarceration out there, but they are now successful. They're productive members in our society. Our success rate is 85%, but we absolutely cannot do it without you. So we need you. I thank you for this opportunity to share, and I'm available for any questions if you may have any.
Thank you, Juanita. I have one call to action for everyone. If you have been affected by incarceration, or if you have a family member that's been affected by incarceration, reach out to us. And if you've not been affected by incarceration, reach out to us. We can always use volunteers, and I love our community, and Juanita does a remarkable job of representing Failsafe on all levels in the community. Thank you.